This is Miko George Thompson. He had a few words he wanted to say.
Well, and it's good to be back in our old homelands, but I wish it was under different circumstances. You know, I realize that our ancestors are here, and that's one of the main reasons why, you know, we're here. And just some things that went on our old homelands that, you know, that have been desecrated and so forth, that it's still within our hearts that, you know, so it was only fitting that I came down today to be with the members of the ground, because they're under my leadership, and I have to. Well, first of all, when I was given the leadership, that I had to treat the members as they were my own family, you know, till, you know, when the services are over, and then I'll go back to my immediate family. But that is why I'm here tonight, to support my members, what they're going through.
What's it like coming back here under these circumstances
Right.
to your sacred ground?
He didn't hear you.
What's it like having to come back here for these circumstances?
Well, it's not something that I guess I could say when this issue first came up, that we, you know, we had put in our inputs, you know, with the different meetings and so forth. But it got to a point where we just kind of stood on the sideline, so to speak, and watched everything. And as of today, our descendants, our ancestors, we don't even know as to where they were repatriated. And this is something that you don't find in the history book. Everything I know is taught by my mom and some of the elders. So, and it's not very pleasant to be back, you know, under the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
But still yet, I feel like that I needed to be here because the remains of my ancestors are still here.
You know, the reason why we're here, the general issue, underlying issue, is the desecration of Hickory Ground members that were put there in a resting place to be there. And for one, I guess, I can't understand it, because me being Native American, I can't understand why one Native American could do that to another. It's incomprehensible to me. But it happened, so that's why we're here. That's the reason why we're here. You know, we're here for a trial, and it's just a facade of the underlying issue of desecration of Hickory Ground tribal members. And, you know, we who are culturally identified with our own traditions and ways don't understand why this happened. and we'll do the best we can to make sure that it doesn't happen again and to keep fighting for it. And that's how I feel about it.
What do you feel about that they won't tell you if the bodies have been reinterred or where those are located? I find that to be really troubling. So
It's really troubling, and it also angers all of us, and to the point to where, you know, we want to do something, but we can't. We don't know how to. And how do we find that information? How do we find that information out? You know, I went over there yesterday and asked if we could go and visit the site where they're reinterred, but they told us, you know, no. So maybe they don't even know who did what to our own members that, you know, that we come from.
And they've not had to prove it to anyone.
No. They're hiding behind the issue of sovereignty to justify their end means of monetary benefit for their own gain. It's not. We wouldn't do that to anybody else for monetary benefit, and most Indians won't. So we don't consider them Indians. We're tribal people. You know, we're Muskogee people, and we just don't do that. Do those things what they did to our people, and it's disrespectful. And we're here to see that we do the best we can to make sure that they go back to where they belong. We want to know where they're at, because some of us here have a direct connection to the people that were desecrated. So that's why we're here. And even though this trial is just a facade of the real underlying issue, it's why we're here, and it's just to raise awareness of why, you know, we are here.
Kind of like Miko, I'm always glad to be back in the homelands. And all my life, you know, my great grandpa, he was a Hickory Ground, and that's all I ever knew growing up was Hickory Ground. It's a way of life. It's our religious ceremonies. I feel the reason why porch ban, all this has happened, they desecrated a ceremonial ground, burial ground. I feel the reason why it happened is they have lost their ceremonies, their religious ceremonies. They don't understand what they're really doing to that place, because they don't understand the significance of the place, as far as it being a religious place. You know, the burial, they should know. Anybody, I think, would know better to be digging up bodies, but maybe money. People do crazy things for money. With that being said, I think they're really putting every tribe in the United States in danger by setting a precedent of digging up their own people. Walmart want to come on in and dig up and desecrate some remains. They're always going to come back and look at porch ban and say, well, these Indians, they done it to their own people. And so that's going to make it really hard to fight. If it happens to another tribe, they won't have no ground to stand on, because this president's porch ban had already set. So really, it's a struggle. It's going to be a struggle if we don't put a stop to this or have something done. It's going to be a struggle for all tribes all across the United States, and it's going to be porch ban's blame. And that's why we're trying. I mean, we're doing it for our own personal ancestors, but also we know that there's other tribes that it could affect if we don't do something about it. And I can't understand. That's the only thing I can say is they don't understand what they are messing with, as far as it being a religious ground, a place of God. I don't think they understand that. They're probably all, you know, well, they don't have the ceremonies anymore, so they don't understand. All they were thinking about was just money, as far as I'm concerned. That's all I could see. It's just a bad deal for everybody, all the Native nations.
I would like to say a few more things.
Sure.
what the trial is about is where the members are trying to perform ceremonies, you know, that are, you know, coming from the traditional world. I've been to several commemorations, you know, like where you honor the ones that are gone or so. And this issue they're going through is similar to that. But under the Religious Freedom Act, which was enacted back in August 1985, I think it was, we have the right to access that, to do these ceremonies. But it just seems like that we were denied.
I was just wondering how it feels to have so much support when you're headed to court tomorrow.
It was great. It was good. Yeah, no, I'm not alone, so got all the people with me, got the Creator, the ancestors. Don't need no more. And all the other people around the world that's been showing support from all over. It was good.